Hi guys, I'm Alexis from Mailbird and I'm the lead growth engineer. So basically my job is to dig into the data and see how we can improve the product to make our user more happy. I'm from France and actually I live in Canada and today it's like minus 10 degrees outside, so I'm pretty good here.
And hi guys, my name is Jason Ephraim. I'm the VP of Growth, and I kind of head all the marketing efforts and make sure that everybody's working together and help move Mailbird forward to get even more and more amazing users. And I'm actually in Houston, Texas, where it's a nice 75 degrees Fahrenheit and beautiful and sunny outside. But right now for this video, I'm working inside, but I can also easily be found by the pool.
So we wanted to talk a bit about how we stay connected and in sync with the entire team.
Yeah, especially for the two of us, Alexis and myself, it's really important because we're actually the only two members in the entire Western Hemisphere at most times. So we, for remote working for a globally distributed team, it's really important for us. And so we thought it'd be interesting to go into some of the details about that and give a few tips as well at the end. And we'd first like to start by sharing the favorite things about working remotely. And my favorite thing about remote working is the freedom it grants me. I can work from anywhere. I can be flexible with my time. I can really just grab my laptop, get up, run to a coffee cafe, or I can go to the next town over and try some new things. It's really flexible, and that's probably my most favorite thing.
Oh, that's cool. And for me, there are two things. The freedom in organization, as you said, Jason, and also the ability to work with team members all over the world. That's very rich in terms of experience and cultural approach of work. That's very cool.
Awesome. And what about, sometimes there can be challenges, especially with trying new things. So, Alexis, do you face any challenges at all? And if so, what were the biggest?
No, that's so easy. No. Yeah, actually, there are a personal and a professional challenge for me. The personal one is that when you are like so passionate about what you are doing, and especially when you work from home, how do you make the separation between the professional life and the personal life and the personal time? So you get a message at 11 p.m. You're watching a film with your fiance. Should you answer it? Should you wait until tomorrow? That's kind of thing you need to set up, and you need to define clear rules about that just to have a better life balance. And the second challenge for me is about the efficiency of the teamwork. When you have like people working 12 hours ahead you need to be very precise in the way you work, and because that's kind of easy to lose like one day because of the back and forth with the team. So here again, we need to have some strong communication and decision processes to move forward fast.
Awesome. Yeah, I've definitely had some of the same challenges, and my biggest one for me was definitely learning to stay productive and focused with all this freedom, especially if it's your first time ever doing any kind of remote work, or if you're first time ever being part of a global team or something like that. You have all these possibilities. Everybody's working from different time zones, and if you're coming from just a 9 to 5, 5 day a week sort of job, traditional kind of job, it can be really tough to kind of find your place and find structure in that freedom. I know a lot of people have had problems with that, and that can sometimes be disastrous for some if they're kind of not ready to take on that, to schedule time for themselves, when to be productive, when to take time off, like you were saying. And so that's definitely the biggest challenge, but it's one I enjoyed trying to overcome, and I keep working on day to day.
That's cool. And so, do you have any tips you would like to share for people who are looking to begin working remotely?
Yeah, absolutely. We both kind of went into it in the response on our last question. It's that essential work-life balance you have to find. And it's if you get that call in at 11 p.m. for you, and it might be 9 a.m. for somebody else who's just starting the day who just needs a response. Learning, when to switch off or when it's appropriate, or working with your team to make sure that everybody understands when you're working and when you're not working, or if you're going on vacation or something, to make sure that you have that balance and make sure that everything is work gets done when work needs to get done, and you get to relax and deflate and enjoy time with your family or your friends. My second tip is don't be afraid to explore your freedom. Once you get it, it can be really easy to just stay indoors and try and keep that 9 to 5 and just work from your own computer at your house or whatever. But definitely get out and try working new areas. Even force yourself to do it. Because once you start doing it, you'll really enjoy it. But it does take a bit of a push to get out the door. And my last tip would definitely be, especially when starting off and you have friends that might not enjoy the same remote working experience. Maybe they have to work in a traditional office. Be mindful of that and don't go around, blabbing about how you worked from the side of the pool or that you're enjoying Mai Tais while you're writing up a blog post or working on an expense report or something like that. And just don't flaunt the fact that you can work wherever you want and however you want in front of other people. And at the same time, respect that they have a 9 to 5 job. So when they get off, they can only do things around the job, but they can't stay up late one night because they don't have the freedom to not start the early morning the next day. So those would be my 3 things. What about you, Alexis?
Well, I have 3 things too. And for me, the first and the main one is about planning the work. And that's kind of related for what I said earlier, but you should plan your work and your week more than if you had a regular job. So just to make sure that everything is in place and everything is all the tasks you are doing are going forward. And the second one would be if you're not passionate about what you are doing, just try something else. When you work from home, if you do that something kind of boring, you won't do it for long. So just quit, just try something else, and go back to a regular job. And the last one would be about leveraging the cultural and the experience of differences of the other teammates, and use that to learn more about your own subject, because that's so interesting, so enriching to just exchange with people in your team and see how the differences can be used to your own personal learning curve. It's my last point would be my last point.
Yeah, absolutely. That last one's amazing, especially with a global distributed team, not just remote, but learning. Imagine whenever you get somebody new in the office and how exciting that can be to learn about them. But talking with people as like a festival, like Diwali's going on outside their window is amazing. So that's really cool to be able to interact with them like that.
And I would say, don't be shocked if your US teammates say, "Hey, I'm just having dinner and it's like 6 p.m." That's okay. I'll get used to it.
All right, guys. Well, that's it from Team Mailbird. Like we said, we just wanted to share a little bit about how we work and give some tips and some suggestions and things that we've learned along the way. And just a few reminders before we go. I first wanted to remind everybody that, like we said in our last video, our account import feature and our undo send feature are both really soon set to be released. And we're really excited about that, and we know that you guys are going to love it even more.
Yep, and we also are hiring 2 people right now, a senior UX designer and also a customer support expert. So if you're interested, just let us know. We'll be happy to have you on board.
Yeah, and last thing, the sweepstakes is still going on. Our New Year's sweepstakes to offer up a Microsoft Surface laptop, and you guys have a few more days in which you can get some entries. So even if you've already entered, go on and you can still do a couple different actions to get even more entries and more chances to win. And we'll be ending that up at the end of the month. And from both of us, from Alexis and from myself and Team Mailbird, thank you guys very much, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys.